In this video, I will show you how to install the crucial T500 NVMe SSD drive into your computer. I have my desktop computer here and I did an unboxing of this NVMe drive and I wanted to do a separate video of the install and the test. So I will install the crucial T500 NVMe SSD drive into my computer and do a speed test and the temperature, check the temperature of the drive and how fast it can transfer some files, and then I will do another test where I check it with the cooling. First I will install the crucial T500 Pro SSD in my computer without the heatsink. I bought this version because the version with the heatsink was sold out on Amazon, so I couldn't get that one. But I got the version without the heatsink and I bought a separate aftermarket cooler for NVMe, Arctic M2 Pro. I like the shape of this and the price was really good. So I will install it right now. We'll go to the computer, install it, do a speed test to transfer. I will do a speed test to transfer files and see how much time it takes and how hot the drive gets and how it slows down, if it will slow down after transferring some number of files, because if it gets hot it will slow down to keep cool. The NVMe drives, they can still work without the heatsink, they don't really need a heatsink, but if they get too hot they will simply slow down the transfer speed. So I'll try to get it out of this package. Yeah, this was the box here. I opened it. And you can actually, if you install this in your computer as a main SSD, you can use the tools from Crucial to clone the existing SSD or hard drive to the new one. I don't really need to do that. I don't install this as a system disk. I won't install the Crucial NVMe T500 Pro as a system drive. It will be an extra drive to have for fast storage. So I carefully take it. I don't touch these areas here, and I should actually touch the case of the computer a little bit. It's good to touch a part of metal, some grounded piece of metal, so that you discharge any static electricity you might have, because especially if it's in the cold climate, when the humidity is not very high. If it's low humidity, then you might have static electricity. The static electricity is that thing when you touch something and it sparkles, you feel like a shock. You really don't want that to happen to your electronics. So I can touch this part, but not here. So try not to touch any of the metal parts from it. I was trying to peel the sticker a little bit, but I changed my mind. I will not peel it. I will leave it as it is. Even though on this sticker it doesn't say warranty void if removed, it only says that on the back sticker here. So I believe it's safe to remove the front sticker, the top one, but I don't need to. I will keep it like that. So let's go to the computer. I'll put it here so it's safe there on the desk, and I have to open the computer and remove the graphics card, because I have two NVMe M2 slots on my motherboard on the computer, and one is already taken. Then the second one is under the graphics card, so I have to remove the graphics card. I would have to remove the graphics card in any way because there is no space there. So let's go to the computer under the disk. Okay, so cutting the power off. There is a small lever here, and I use this plastic spudger tool to press on this lever. It's important that it's plastic, so it's not damaging the motherboard. Okay. Graphics card RTX 2060. I think this card needs to be upgraded soon. been working really well many years. GeForce RTX 2060 Asus Dual. I bought this new and it's been going on pretty good. This is the system SSD here, system NVMe, and the second one will go here from this slot. The screw is there, I kept the screw. When I removed the previous SSD, I kept the screw there so it's easy to find it. I always suggest to keep the screw so you don't lose it. Using a smaller bit for the... what is this? It's a Phillips bit. I don't know where the other ones are. Guess this is the right one somewhere here. Maybe these ones. I think most of them will work, but let's try. Okay. You have this little screw. There should be also the standoff there. This one fits in the standoff and it's size 5. It's a size 5. This is the screw for the NVMe. Don't lose this. But if you did lose this, then you can't find it. I have links in the description about you can buy these kits usually on Amazon. Size 5 socket. So that's the standoff. It's a hex. It's a hex bit. It's very easy to lose this thing. They will go like this, the standoff and the screw. These you find them separate. They will not be most of the time with the motherboard. But if you had them at the beginning with the motherboard when you install it, make sure that you actually install this in the motherboard even if you don't use NVMe. So I will remove the screw. Hope I don't lose it now. Okay. First install the standoff. Can screw it in. Use the socket. Not too tight. Very little pressure. This is the J0 size. This is the size J0, but I think any Phillips would work. You have to put the standoff at the right screw. You could put it here or there. Because there are multiple sizes, it depends on how long the SSD is. And this is the place where the screw goes. So I take the NVMe drive, I take the whole drive. Notice where the notch is, that's the notch. And also notice there is a notch on the connector. A bit of an angle, and then slice down. Take the NVMe screw and put it on the screwdriver. It really helps to have a magnetic screwdriver with this. Hopefully this one will not make any problems. That's all. Put back the graphics card. It's installed right there, and the system drive is there. So that's the thing I was lifting with the spudger tool. You want to press this and then get the till it clicks. There should be a click. Get the screws back in. Don't forget to connect the power back to the graphics card. Power connector inserted all the way, so it's all good. I'll leave the SSD in there and do a speed test and check the speed, the temperature and how it performs, and afterwards I will install the M2 Pro Arctic to see if there is any difference. I'm doing this for you so you see the difference between with the cooler and without the cooler, and I wanted to get the version with the cooler, with the heatsink of this NVMe, the Crucial T500 Pro, but it was sold out on Amazon. I had it in the cart, but by the time I decided to buy it, it was already sold out. So I got this extra cooler and we'll see now if there is any difference. I'm really thinking there's going to be at least 5-10 degrees difference between the cooler and no cooler. The hardest thing for the NVMe is to do large file transfers at high speed for a long time. If it's many small files, it doesn't have a problem even without the cooler. But when you're transferring large video files, it's gonna need some cooling. So I'll catch my breath and do the tests, check the temperature and everything, and then install this, put it back in the computer, do the same test in the same situation, and only then I will close the computer. Let's see. Okay, it's normal. The fans on the graphics card stop because that's how it's supposed to work. The cooler fan always runs, and the exhaust fan at the back there, one extra fan here, so there is cooling in the case, but still without the heatsink the temperature should be higher than with the heatsink. Let's try it. I'll do a few tests. Windows is starting now, so let's go. I don't know what happened here. The computer restarted once. Maybe it needed to do a restart to set up the NVMe, I'm not sure, but it's on now. Okay, the computer is running. I moved it a little bit under the desk so it's away from my feet and everything happening here. And let's see. Okay, so we have the screen here. Probably the drive is not gonna be available, but it depends on how it's set up. So it's not available, but that's not a problem because the drive is not available in my computer, but actually it's not a problem because I need to initialize the drive and also I need to format it. So under my PC here, right click on my PC, and on Windows 11 you might have to choose show more options and click manage. Here under computer management, go to disk management, and this might take a while to initialize. It will read the drives. It's connecting to virtual disk service, so yeah, this could take a while now. Okay, it's already asking me if I want to initialize the drive, the disk, and I could initialize it. It's already asking me if I want to initialize the disk, and I could initialize it as MBR, but this is the old style. The GPT is the more recent style of having a partition, and that's the disk 2. But I will cancel this, I'll close it. I just want to show you that you can actually see it here. You can do the same from the actual disk here. So here I have my C drive, disk 3, partition 1 and 4, the external drive, external disk. These are the actual disks connected, so I could check the status, the size, if it's online. So disk 3, it has the C drive, you can see the partitions here. Disk 4, it has the X drive, that's in the external NVMe enclosure. disk 5 here, it has the F drive, that's the 18 terabyte external hard disk. And I don't know where is disk 2. I think it's here. Okay, so I had to scroll up a little bit. Disk 0 is the E drive, 22 terabyte. Disk 1 is the D drive, 22 terabyte. Disk 2 is not initialized, as you see it. That's the one we need to initialize. Disk 3 has the C drive. Disk 4 has the X drive, external NVMe. Disk 5 has the 18 terabyte external hard drive. And then there is the CD-ROM. So we have here, this is very important not to do something, the wrong thing, because you could actually erase the whole partition and lose all the files on that partition. So here there's this red, there's a red indicator there on disk 2. Right click on disk 2 and initialize disk, and I get the same pop-up, the same as before. So in case you clicked cancel here by mistake, this is how you get to the disk itself. This is how you initialize the disk. It's a new NVMe drive. So I will initialize this as GPT, OK, and it will create a new partition. Actually, it's unallocated, so I have it initialized online, but it's not allocated. There's no partition related to this, so that's going to be easy to fix. I right click on the unallocated area, new simple volume. This is for not for a system drive. For a system drive, you would have to use the cloning tool, and you don't need to do all this. It will clone the disk directly from the old drive to the new drive, then you remove the old drive, and that's all. But here, because it's going to be side by side with the old one and there is no clone or anything, I'll make a new simple volume. So new simple volume here. New simple volume, press next, use all the space, you don't need to save any space for anything, and assign a drive letter to this. So I will call it T, maybe, for T500. I like to give them meaningful letters or something like that. And also you need to format the drive. I really highly recommend to use NTFS, not exFAT, especially for drives that you have in the system that they don't need to be compatible with other devices, Android or iPhone. The exFAT is useful for external portable media, but NTFS always for the Windows system drives or drives that are on the computer and they don't go somewhere else. I don't change the allocation unit. I'll put it like this. Could give it a name. Crucial. Some kind of meaningful name. I don't recommend to use compression. Crucial T500. This can be any name here. And finish. I already have the notification in the corner that I have the new drive, and there should be a new drive showing up on the top there. So it says in the corner, Crucial T500. It's connected. And I have it here. Okay, so it's connected here, and I could try to do a quick speed test from the C drive onto that one. Okay, I'll do all the tests on the computer, and we'll see how this works and how the temperature looks like without the heatsink. So the space is 931 giga. The iPhone. Okay, so I'll get some big files from here, like these files should be 70 giga. I'll copy them to the desktop. 70 giga test files. T7 shield is connected again, and I will copy test files. And it's not at full speed. The T7 shield is connected to the hub, so it's gonna be 5 gigahertz, 5 gigabytes per second or less. But the test will be when I copy from the C drive. This is the C drive here, and I will copy from the C drive to the Crucial.